They took a picture.
Hey everyone, it's Kim Hammond here, the National Director of Forge America. I'm with my friends from New City Church in Kansas City. And I've just spent the weekend here hanging out with this incredible staff team. These are really good friends of mine. They are involved in the Forge Kansas City hub here called KC Central. They're going through the existing church stream. They took a workshop and elective and led it last year at Sentralized on their incredible story here, and they're great supporters, both financially and as friends of Forge America. So I just want to introduce I want you to all say hello and tell everyone across the Forge International and America tribe who you are.
Hi Forge, I'm Tiffany Mills, and I'm the Kid City Director here at New City Church.
Forge, Chris Moix here, just kind of like campus executive pastor here.
My name is Matt Miller, one of the lead pastors, and do the teaching at New City Church.
Hey, I'm Paul Mills, and I'm Tiffany's husband.
And he's like the roaming prophet truth teller.
Yes.
So we've just done APEST all weekend. So.
He sits behind us, and if we say something wrong, he slaps us in the back of the head.
Hey, Matt, why don't you tell some guys a little bit about New City and how you guys embody the incarnational, missional DNA?
Sure. One, this is a new journey for all three of us. This is not something that we've been doing for a very long time. We've kind of been pushed into the deep end, and I think we've done pretty well. We launched our church in January of this year, 2012, and one of the things that we have worked intentionally with is being a part of our local schools. And so there's an elementary school that's literally right behind our facility called Shawano Elementary, and it's a school about 50% Hispanic, 18 spoken languages. And although we're in a suburban area, it's a very urban setting. Feels very unique and that sort of deal. But anyway, we have just developed this partnership with a school where we are completely incarnational there. We belong. Tiffany and I, Tiffany and Paul have children that attend Shawano. Chris and I are very involved in that school. And so some of the fun things is Polar Express. And what's Polar Express? It's a night where we have, about the school, Shawano Elementary, they come out, and we give them the hot chocolate, the treats, the cookies, and that sort of thing. But we read the Polar Express book to them in both English and in Spanish because that is the culture in which we're reaching. This year, one of the fun things, last year the principal of the school, he came for like 5 minutes and then he left. He didn't want to hang out too long. This year, he's reading the book. And so he's going to be the guy up on stage reading the book to the kids. But the other guy, because we have someone reading in English and someone reading in Spanish, the other reader is the principal at another school just around the corner called Neiman Elementary, who Principal Schlegel from Shawano has introduced us to. So over the past year, not only do we have leverage and doing great works in Shawano, now through that partnership, through loving on that school, just because the principal of Shawano has introduced us to the principal at Neiman, Mr. Stan Anderson. And so now we're in 2 schools in our local community who are having a great impact on there. So that's one of the ways that this small little church, this new baby church, has engaged this community and all the little people, the little kids that run around in our neighborhoods. So that's one way.
Any other things that you guys can think of as a team that you think embodies how you are in this posture?
Well, just kind of working with Kim this past weekend kind of gave some people say, hey, why do you feel like you're successful? And honestly, we don't really know the answer to the question. We give them the one that's, God that's doing all this, but kind of just giving some verbiage with what we're learning is that as far as the APEST test goes, to my left here is the evangelist. I'm the shepherd, Matt's the apostle, and behind us is the prophet. So we're working out of our gifts, and it's just seeming to happen. So lets us know also that we're kind of missing the teacher around the table, but Matt's doing a pretty darn good job with that one too. So hanging in there with that, but just kind of giving us some verbiage on why we feel like we may be successful, and it's not built around one man, but around a team.
Mm-hmm.
And Tim, what was some of the readings for you and Paul that really helped you guys shape living in the area, being incarnational?
Well, that was kind of a huge part of our story. Is we started about 1.5 to 2 years ago reading Michael Frost, Neil Cole, Alan Hirsch, especially The Forgotten Ways. That book kind of shaped our mindset. We had our kids in Christian school. We were living the Johnson County dream, kind of building our own kingdom here in Johnson County. And 2 years ago, through a lot of reading, God just woke us up and said, you need to be building my kingdom. So it was only after that New City Church moved into town. They were moving into a school right at the end of our street. And we were like, thank you, God, for answering our prayers. So we partnered with them immediately, and God's had us on this kind of journey ever since. We took our kids out of Christian school, put them in the local elementary, and have just worked on truly, truly living in our neighborhood and reaching people there.
This church totally embodies what we teach at Forge. They gather and they scatter, and the way that they scatter is in over 75 different community events. They're thinking, how can they submerge and live among all their neighbours? I turned up on Friday night and just met messy, broken people who've just been accepted with arms wide open. I'm telling you, often we can be purists and say the only way to do missional is through house church, but I'm telling you, there's never one model. There is about a DNA, and New City has that DNA. It's been a great honour to be here this weekend. If you ever get a chance, look up New City Church in Kansas City and love these guys. You see them at Sentralized. We love you, and we'll see you really soon. Thanks, Matt. Can you click off? Bye, everyone.